You love my son, this much I see, but love alone is not the key. A heart must be strong, steadfast, and true, for a prince's path is not for the few. He walks with duty upon his chest, a burden heavy, yet he gives his best. Do you stand with him through storm and sand? Through storm and sand. Will you hold his heart with a steady hand? Not all love is written in stars, some are tested with time and scars. So tell me now, not with mere words, but with actions louder than songs of birds. For if you love him, then stand tall, through rise and fall, through fate's call. Until fate's call. And if your heart is pure and wise, then love will soar beyond the skies. You stand before me with eyes so bright, carrying dreams of love in the night. But love, my child, is more than a flame. It is duty, sacrifice, and more than a name. My son walks past you dare to tread, with the weight of a kingdom upon his head. His heart is vast like the desert sand, yet not all can hold a ruler's hand. Do you see the storms that whisper near? Do you know the trials that forge a seer? He is not just a man of flesh and bone, but a leader, destined to stand alone. If love is what you truly seek, it must be patient, loyal, and meek, not a fleeting wind or a passing tide, but a force that stands firm, side by side. Will you calm his soul when doubts arise? Will you guard his heart beneath the skies? Not all battles are fought with swords. Some are waged in silence, without words. A lover's smile can heal the scars. A whispered vow can outshine stars. But if your love is built on sand, it will crumble before it meets his hand. So ask yourself before it's too late, can you embrace both love and fate? For if you stay, then stand your ground and be the queen where he is crowned. But if your heart holds even a doubt, then leave now, before love burns out. You come before me with hopeful eyes, dreaming of love beneath endless skies. You see his heart, so bold, so free, but do you see the storms in the deep of the sea? Love, my child, is a path unknown, not just sweet words or seeds quickly sown. It is fire that warms, yet fire that burns, a lesson learned with twists and turns. My son, he walks where few have stood through winds of fate, through stone and wood. He is bound not by chains, but by duty's call to rise when needed, to never fall. The crown is not just gold and grace, it is a shadow he must embrace. A weight that lingers, silent, cold, a story written in scripts untold. Can you love a man with wings so wide, who belongs to a land, not just your side? Will you wait when the nights are long, when he fights battles, silent and strong? Not all wars are fought with steel. Some are wounds that time won't heal. A heart that leads must sometimes bleed. Not all will stay, not all will stay, not all will heed. So tell me now, do you truly know the path of love where deserts blow? Where winds may shift, where roads may bend, where love demands yet cannot end? Will you be his peace when storms arise? Will you hold his truth beyond disguise? Will you walk through fire, through dust, through rain, without complaint, without disdain? A prince's love is fierce, yet rare. It asks for strength, it asks for care. But if your heart is weak with doubt, then leave now before flames burn out. For love is not a fleeting game, not a moment's spark, nor a whispered name. It is a promise, a sacred vow, not just the beauty of here and now. If you choose him, then choose him whole, with steady heart, with fearless soul. With fearless soul. For he is not just man, but fate's decree, and love must stand unchained yet free. You stand before me with hopeful grace, a heart so young, untouched by fate. You speak of love, of endless dreams, of stars that shine, of moonlit beams. But love, my child, is not just light, it is shadow, silence, and endless night. It is the weight of time and pain. It is longing, loss, and endless rain. My son is more than just a man. He carries burdens you don't understand. A prince in heart, in blood, in soul, bound to a duty he can't control. He walks through storms with steady feet, through battles fought where men compete. He stands for those who call his name, yet bears a love that burns like flame. Can you love a man whose life is not his own? Who stands for others, yet walks alone? Can you wait when the nights are cold, when love is silent, but never old? Not all hearts are meant to stay. Some fade like whispers in the day. Some break beneath the weight of time. Some fear the climb, the endless climb, the endless climb. If you love him strong through right and wrong, through short and long. Through times of silence, through miles apart, through trials that tear the strongest heart. Will you rise when duty calls? Will you stand when the kingdom falls? Will you stand when the kingdom falls? Will you hold his hand though worlds divide, or let your heart drift with the tide? Love is not for the faint of soul. It is fire that takes you, yet makes you whole. It is the storm, the calm, the fight. It is surrender. yet endless might. So do not love with words alone, for words will fade when winds have blown. Love with fire, with truth, with grace. Love with hands that time won't erase. For if you choose him whole, with fearless heart, with boundless soul. For he is not just man, but fate's decree, and love must stand, unchained yet free. You stand before me, heart so pure, speaking of love, of feelings sure. You dream of him, of hands entwined, of whispers soft, of fate aligned. Love, my child, is more than dreams. It is woven in silence, not just in schemes. It is more than stars that shine so bright. It is shadows struggle in endless night. Do you know the life he leads? The weight of crowns, the silent needs? The world calls him with endless cries, yet in your arms his refuge lies. He is not just man, but bound by land, by people's hopes, by duty's hand. He walks a path so few endure, a journey lonely, vast, I'm sure. Can you love him when the roads divide? When duty calls, when fate decides, when fate decides. Will you stand when the storms arrive? Will you wait when the echoes die? Not all hearts are meant to last. Some fade like echoes of the past. Some tremble when the fire grows. Some crumble when the desert blows. But if you love him whole, with open arms, with steady soul. For love is not a fleeting sigh. It is a vow that will not die. Can you be the calm in his endless fight? The steady hand in the darkest night? Can you see his scars, yet love him still? Stand by his side through force of will? For he is not just a man you know, but a leader bound where rivers flow. He belongs to the land, the sky, the sea, yet in his heart he longs to be free. Do not love with words alone, for words will fade like sand and stone. Love with fire, with truth, with grace. Love with strength time won't erase. Will you stand when the silence grows? And then the silence grows. When time moves fast and distance flows, will you hold his heart through loss and gain? Through moments bright and days of rain? For love is pain, yet love is light. It is holding on when hope is slight. It is waiting even when miles apart. It is carrying him inside your heart. If you choose him true through days of gold, through skies of blue, through battles fought, through shadows deep, through promises made, through secrets keep. For he is not just man, but fate's decree, and love must stand unchained, yet free. You stand before me, hands open wide, with love in your heart, with hope as your guide. You speak of him in words so sweet, of laughter shared, of hearts that meet. You dream of love that never fades, of nights beneath the moonlight's shade, of whispered words, of hands held tight, of endless days and peaceful nights. But love, my child, is not just bright, it is the storm, the endless fight. It is the silence, the waiting long, it is the battle to stay strong. Do you know the man behind his name? The weight he carries, the endless game, a prince by birth, yet bound by land, a leader forged by fate's own hand. He walks where few have dared to tread, with silent burdens on his head. He gives his heart to all who call, yet guards it well behind high walls. Will you love him when the nights grow cold? When duty steals the hands you hold away. When the world demands, when the kingdom needs, will you wait with faith, with heart that bleeds? Not all love is meant to stay. Some fade like echoes, drift away. Some falter when the storm is high. Some shatter when the river is dry. But if you love him true, with fire that burns, with light that's due. Not just in joy, but in the pain. Not just in sun, but in the rain. Will you be his strength when he is weak? Will you be the voice when he can't speak? Will you hold his soul when shadows call? Will you rise with him when kingdoms fall? He is not just a man you love, he is the falcon. Sky above, he is the desert. Vast and wide, he is the ocean, the turning tide. His heart is fierce, yet weary too. It longs for love that will not undo. A love that stays when days are bleak, a love that waits, a love that speaks. For love is not a fleeting flame, not whispered vows, not just a name. It is the root, the stone, the sky. It is the bond that won't untie. So do not love with words alone, for words will fade like sand and stone. Love with presence, love with grace, love with patience, time won't erase. Will you stand when the silence grows, when time moves fast and distance flows? Will you hold his heart through loss and gain, through moments bright and days of rain? For love is pain, yet love is light. It is holding on when hope is slight. It is waiting even when miles apart. It is carrying him inside your heart. If you choose him truth and true, through days of gold, through skies of blue. Through battles fought, through shadows deep, through promises made, through secrets keep. For he is not just man, but fate's decree, and love must stand unchained yet free.